What's good, YouTube? In this video we'll be taking a look at the display settings for the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. If you like this kind of content, leave a message down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. So the S22 Ultra packs one of the nicest screens this side of Samsung's folding phones, and there's a lot of options that you can use to tune the display much to your liking. So first we'll see how we get into the display settings on the S22 Ultra. What you want to do is swipe down from the top right of the screen and then go into your settings. You want to scroll down in your settings until you see display. It's right under notifications and above wallpaper and style. So in the display menu we'll see all the options that we have for display. First up is of course light or dark mode, and you can trigger dark mode just by hitting dark, and then of course the entire display will go into dark mode. You can also adjust the dark mode settings, and you can turn it on under a schedule if you like to have dark mode at a certain time of day. Next is your default brightness slider, which is also available at a few areas of the phone. This is a horizontal slider, and you can use this to adjust the brightness of your screen. There's a little red area to show where the screen is extremely bright and might be draining your battery. I usually like to keep it around the middle, but this does change throughout the day and throughout my external lighting conditions as well. Next, you can turn on adaptive brightness, which changes the brightness based on sensors that the Samsung Galaxy S22 has to detect the ambient light in the room. You can also enable maximum brightness here, as this gives you a little bit of extra brightness beyond maximum brightness. This of course comes with a warning that this uses more battery. I usually like to have extra brightness turned off, as the S22 Ultra's screen is bright enough as it is on even the lower brightness settings, so I don't find that I have much of a need for the extra brightness. Below is your frame motion smoothness, and that's your refresh rate. Here it's set default at adaptive, which is 120 Hz. This allows for smoother animations and scrolling. And if you want to try to preserve battery life, you can actually tune the screen down to 60 Hz if you like, which results in less smoother animations. Below that is the eye comfort shield, which is the blue light filter for the S22 Ultra. If you turn this on, you can either turn it on to be adaptive, where it will adjust your screen colors based on the time of day, or you can change it to custom, where you'll be able to schedule exactly when the eye comfort shield is turned on. Here you can also adjust the color temperature of the screen, and you can go from more warm to more cool using the horizontal slider. I do prefer the more cool look on the S22 Ultra, particularly when you're using dark mode, as it makes prolonged usage of the screen a lot easier on the eyes. Next up is screen mode, which will change the color profile of the S22 Ultra. Thankfully, it gives you some sample pictures just so you can really see what the different screen modes are like. As you can see, you can change between vivid and natural. Natural gives you a little bit more of a toned down look, and vivid gives you some customization, allowing you to customize your white balance as well. If you head over to the advanced settings, you can actually adjust the RGB for the white balance, which is a really nice feature that's somewhat left out on other flagship phones. Below that you can have font and style, and here you can change the different font styles and also download other fonts that you have for the S22 Ultra. You can also choose to bold the fonts and change the font size as well. Below that you have screen zoom, which will zoom in on the screen depending on how big you want items in the screen to be. I usually like to have it on default, as it's a big enough screen with a high enough resolution for me to easily read text. Next up we have screen resolution. This is important if you're trying to conserve battery life. by default it's set to FHD+, which has a resolution of 2316 by 1080. If you want the full shebang with the S22 Ultra with its really high quality screen, you can actually set it to WQHD+, which is 3088 by 1440. You of course get the warning that this will have the most battery use and the sharpest visuals. Below that you have full screen apps, which allows you to change the... Next up we have screen timeout, which changes the duration that the screen will time out and shut off. I have it set at 2 minutes as I do not like having the screen shut off at 15 and 30 seconds increments. Below that you have easy mode. Easy mode will trigger a simple home screen layout with bigger on-screen items and longer touch and hold delay. This prevents accidental actions, and it also enables a high contrast keyboard for better readability. Next up is Edge panels, which of course are the Edge menus that you have available to you to quickly access apps and other features. This has been on Samsung's flagship series of phones for quite some time, and if you like the quick access to some of the Edge features on the S22, then it certainly is nice to have these Edge panels. You can disable them entirely or customize them through this menu. Next up you have the navigation bar, which is a little navigation bar below at the bottom. You can either turn on buttons or enable swipe gestures. It also allows you to customize the buttons in case you want the back, multitasking, or home buttons in different places at the bottom of the screen. Below that you have accidental touch protection. This will protect your phone from accidental touches when you're not actively using it, like when it's in your pocket. Below that you have touch sensitivity, which of course will increase the touch sensitivity of the S22 Ultra in the event you have a screen protector. So there you have it everyone, just a quick rundown of the display options on the S22 Ultra. The screen on this thing is really quite bright and quite vivid, so it really is nice of Samsung to include so many options so we can customize the S22 screen for longer use and more comfortable use. So what do you think? Should any other options be included in the display for the Samsung S22 Ultra? Leave a message down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.